Hey, everybody. Oh, wait. There we go. Okay, now you're the same height as me. Hey, how are you guys? All right, so I trust everyone that celebrated had a good Thanksgiving. I'm sadly still on keto, so I could not do pumpkin pie this year, which is probably the hardest thing I've ever had to resist is pumpkin pie and Thanksgiving. Anyways, all right, so for those of you who are tuning in who are new, just a quick reminder, the YouTube chat is for those who have been subscribed for at least 10 minutes. If YouTube is not letting you comment and you've been subscribed for more than 10 minutes, you have to report that bug to YouTube. For those of you who are Molo 9 members, we have Telegram, and you can ask your questions in Telegram. I think Telegram is also better if you're a premium Molo 9 member because you can go back and see your questions and answers in there at any time. The Telegram channel's forever. YouTube, you have to go into the exact video, pull it up, look at the live Q&A replay. Let me just plug this light in. Okay, now we are ready. So this weekend, we looked at chapter 4 in this book. It is absolutely amazing about when it comes to doing math, doing quick math, also known as market research or the market size. If you did not work for a consulting firm, this is something that consultants do. We call it back of the envelope math. It's very quick math that we do when a company says, hey, we want to increase our revenue and add a new product line for our existing consumers. The math in chapter 4 is what we use. So what questions did you guys have on this? If you went to business school, you did a lot of math like this. If you did not, this might be new to you. If you're new to running your own company, this might be new to you. But this is the math that the big leagues use. This is the math that the Fortune 500s use. So it is definitely the math that you want to use with your startup as well. Looking at the market size, what people are willing to pay in that market, how many units you have to sell in order to be profitable. Because a lot of people start with, oh, I have my gym ring on, sorry. A lot of people start with looking at math, looking at like the business idea. They don't talk to the customers, and then they don't think about the math, and they create a product that cannot sustain their lifestyle and cannot replace their income. So what questions do you have? Chapter 4. Let's hear it. Using Google Trends and Facebook ads to see the market size. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll open Telegram. Okay. Any questions? Let me add this. Over here as well. Okay. All right, if you have no questions, I'll just start going through the chapter. Okay, so we're in chapter 4 of Noah Kagan's book. It's it's choosing the right business model. So how to make money with your startup. The 1-minute business model is what he calls it. What he's walking you through is the back of the envelope math that consultants use for figuring out if a market is viable, if there's enough people in this market that'd be willing to pay for it, and if it has growth potential. So finding $1 million worth of customers, he says where are we? He says to use Google Trends and Facebook ads to calculate the actual size of how many potential customers you have. This is absolutely essential math. I think two of you, one of you has a product business for nursing mothers. That's obviously a growing market because the population around the globe is growing. Um, country by country, you would see which countries have a growing market. And then is this $1 million opportunity where he says, okay, look at how much your product is costing you, look at how much you can sell it for, and then just do the simple math. Like, let's say, for example, you decide to launch a soda company and it is costing you $10 to make the product and you're selling the can, you're selling it at a $12 per can. But people are right now used to paying like $4 per can. You're going to have to change your recipe. You're going to have to change your supply chain so that you can get the product for 25 cents to $1 per can and sell it for 10 times more than that. And if you're trying to sell, let's say you get that, you're able to get your soda can for 25 cents per can and you're able to sell it for $2.50 or $3 per can, you can look at the marketing of other people that are priced around that point. But let's say you're getting your cans for your soda for $10 per can, and you want to sell it for $10 per can so that you have a marketing budget, you have enough money to cover your admin fees, your lawyers, all these things that you need to run your business. You're going to need to position your soda as a luxury product to justify why it's $10 per can instead of $2 per can. Positioning luxury products is one of my specialties. A few years ago, one of the most notable ones now is we had a competitor selling a product for $13, and I came in with a brand new startup and sold it for 127. Same exact product. It was all in the marketing, the customer service, the packaging, the positioning. So taking a product and making it a luxury product and putting the price 10 times larger than your competitors is possible. But with this chapter, what you're looking at doing is, okay, what do I want to create? How much does it cost to create it? How much do I need to sell it for? And how many units do I need to sell in order to get the amount of money I want to make? Do you guys have any questions about that? Because otherwise, we will move on to the next section. You can give a thumbs up or you can ask questions in Telegram. Oh, okay. V said, Noah said there's a video showing him do the research, but it's not there. Is that important for products that already exist and are being sold by the competition? If so, why? How can I research the market size for things that are not visible? Via Facebook, ask the public. Many complaints on how the analysis did not work for users on Reddit. Keywords that are too specific, like how many people eat street food in Mexico each day. Oh, that's right. You're not doing, okay, you're doing Mexican street food. Okay. All right. Let's see. So there's a video showing him doing the research. Okay. The video, if he said that there's a video showing him do the research in Google Trends and Facebook, and there isn't one, just drop that into Telegram reminder. You said you'd make a video for us, and I'll make that video and add it to the startup club resource portal. And then how can I research market size for things that are not visible? I would look for Mexican street food. You want to look at, are there Facebook groups? There are people congregating somewhere online, and you just need to figure out where they are. I haven't been to Mexico in almost 20 something years, more than 20 years. So I don't know what the social media platform is there. But I do know that that there are other social media platforms that are more popular outside of the US. Like, for example, if you go to Asia, it's all about WeChat over there. So when you are looking to get that when you're looking to conduct market research in Asia, you would be looking at data on WeChat. You would be looking at the size of different groups. So taking it to the Facebook side, you're looking at the size of Facebook groups. Looking at Reddit, look at the size of Reddit groups. I see V is typing. Okay, so here it's WhatsApp and Facebook. Excellent. Okay, so what you want to do is get into the WhatsApp groups. See the size of the WhatsApp groups. Here in South Florida, it's WhatsApp, Facebook, Telegram. Like you have a lot of different ones. But for example, if I were to look for street food in South Florida, there's citywide WhatsApp groups and there's citywide Facebook groups, and you want to look at both of those. I'm sorry, I just realized my microphone's not plugged in. How is the audio for you guys? I've literally been running around in crazy meetings all morning. So sorry, this was not set up. Okay, here we go. Here it's Aldo said the audio is good. Thanks, Aldo. Oh, I'll send you there you go. Aldo's in general, we're here. Okay. Oh, and then V said, oh, okay. So let's jump into the Startup Book Club. Aldo, I just sent you the link so that you have it as well. All right. So what other first V, does that answer your question? No. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to the WhatsApp groups and the Facebook groups for your specific geographic area and ask people um, about their interests in using a service to connect them to street food vendors. So you're in the tons of groups. Create a really simple Google form. You have the proven path to profit. Okay, I'm going to share my screen real quick. 1 second. In the proven path to profit, the Molo 9 course on how to make money with a brand new startup. Do you remember there's I show you a sign up page. It's a very, very simple sign up page. I'll pull it up right now. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. See how simple this is? It's a really simple, this little image right here is exactly what Molo 9's sign up page looked like. It's exactly what the sign up pages look like for every early stage startup that does customer first startup launch. So if you're looking at launching a startup and you're looking to get paying customers before you build anything, which is what you should always do. Yeah, basically leading to your squeeze page. It's the beta launch page is what it's called. Some people call it a squeeze page, although squeeze pages are supposed to be used for building email lists. This is a beta launch page. As soon as you have a startup idea, you put up a beta launch page. I'm working on a new venture right now. We're putting up a beta launch page in Canva. I created a QR code, and then we take that QR code to events, and people can scan it and sign up right there. So what you would do is create your beta launch page, go into Canva, create a QR code, save the QR code to your phone. When you're chatting with people, you open your phone, let them scan the QR code and join your sign up right there. The other thing you do is you go into these Facebook groups, you go into these WhatsApp groups, and you say, hey guys, I'm looking at putting together a service. You can sign up for it here. And you just have people sign up for that. Once you have, I don't know, around 100, 200 people, that's usually enough to build something, to get an MVP going. excuse me. I had 300 people, I think, that signed up for Molo 9, and they were the first users of Molo 9. They bought the product playbooks. Um, okay, what other oh, oops. Okay, all right, Aldo, I sent you the video, but this is the chat that we're in right now for the Startup Book Club. All right. So what other questions do you have about this? With your particular product of connecting people with street vendors, the math that he's doing here, the market size you can do, the math that he's saying, the profits per unit sold, that'll be a little bit different for you. You're going to want to calculate the subscription rate. So so the businesses are paying you a subscription in order to, they're paying you a subscription fee in order to be featured on your database. Keep in mind, the biggest thing for you is that what you're building totally has the potential to be purchased by a big company like Uber or Delivery Dudes or Uber Eats. So you can look at what they're doing in other countries and mimic it, model after it, with your expectation being that in a few years you want to sell to them, you want to exit to them. So there are a few different types of startups that you create. There's one that you create that's like a passion project. So Molo 9 was a passion project for me. A lot of the stuff that you guys are seeing is they're training documents that I made for my junior marketers. And now you guys are using them. And some of you, we end up pulling for projects. Some of you end up using it to train your own junior marketers. I've had opportunities to sell and exit Molo 9, and I didn't, because every time I work on a project, I'm like, oh, this needs to be added to Molo 9. This needs to be added to Molo 9. So Molo 9 is an extension of my brain. It helps me to keep my thoughts organized. So you guys are literally seeing what my brain looks like when you're using Molo 9. This is how I store information in my mind. This is how I pull it out for different client projects. What you're building, then there's the other type of company that you build, and it's to exit. So there's a venture I'm working on right now. We're building it to be top of funnel marketing for something else, for fractional CMO services that I have. So when I do consulting work, but I'm also structuring it to exit. So your Mexican food vendor connector app, that's something that you could structure to exit. And then it would give you the startup capital you need to invest in your next startup venture. Does that make sense? Um, in your specific situation, you don't ask them what they'd be willing to pay. You ask them what they think it's worth. So when you ask people, when you say, hey, how much would you pay for something like this? You might get an honest answer from different people. When you ask them, hey, how much do you think this is worth? The worth is a word that we usually place a higher monetary value on. So you ask them how much they think something is worth, and you usually get a better answer for something that you're um, something that you could peg your pricing against. Um, you are doing a mix of what Kagan says and what your customers say. So if you get a bunch of customers, that come in and they say, hey, we want this, we think it's worth this, you do the Kagan math, you do the chapter 4 math and say, if I come in at that price point, is this a viable business model? And if it is, okay, you accept those people as your customers. But what will realistically happen is you'll put out a survey and you'll have people come in and say, you'll have like 100 people come in and say, hey, I'm willing to pay $15 for this. And then you have 200 people come in and say, hey, I'm willing to pay $1,000 for this. Okay, if I would go after the people who said they're willing to pay $1,000 for that, that's your customer base. And those are the people that you launch your product to. You don't launch your product and sell it to every single person that gave you an answer. You launch it to the people that gave you an answer that you can afford to match for them. So Molo 9 had a request. We had a request for a mastermind a few years ago. We ended up not going forward with it. People wanted a full-time mastermind, 12 months for $1,000. And Molo 9 would literally lose money if we did that. So that's where you're going to be using the math to kind of figure out whether or not something's viable. You'll see from time to time, we send out emails or I send out messages and I ask you guys, hey, what do you think of this product? What do you think of that? How much would you be willing to pay for it? You see the surveys. That's us calculating if we can cover the costs to develop that product or feature. That's what we're doing. Does that make sense? And do you have any other questions? Okay, so we covered making sure you have the profit per unit sold. We covered cost of production versus cost profit per unit. What if it's not possible to? V just asked, what if it's not possible to package your offer into a bigger deal? Any tried and true practices? Can you be more specific? Because I can give you a generic answer, but I doubt that my generic answer will answer your specific question. What if it's not possible to package your offer into a bigger deal? The entire point of chapter 4 is finding something that is financially viable for you. So what we have in Silicon Valley is it's very unique because investors pay for you to go out and create things, and it's not customers paying for you to create it. And what Noah's teaching you how to do is create a bootstrapped business model. So it's something that you have the customers paying for you to build and develop. Okay, so V says he's talking about selling as a package or as a subscription to sell more at once, but there are things you can't do that with. Oh yeah, of course, of course. Yeah, what is it? In Molo 9, I think we say that we only work with 9 or 11 business models because there's nothing there is nothing on this earth that is going to cure everything. Like, okay, salt can make most foods taste better. Sugar can make other foods taste better. That's putting food metaphors into the marketing space. There are specific marketing tactics that will work for most cases, and then there are specific marketing tactics that will only work for some cases. There are certain business model theories that will work for some businesses, but not all businesses. So all the math that he's talking about in chapter 4, he's trying to help you to think like a CEO or a CFO. A lot of entrepreneurs get really excited about an idea. They don't think about the math. So the new venture I'm working on right now, the person I'm working with, this is his first time in the startup world. Absolutely brilliant, international, top tier CFO, speaks 4 languages. Like the guy's a rock star in the corporate world, right? This is his first startup. So he's like throwing these ideas at me and I'm having to take it and fit it into the startup framework and explain like, okay, look at this. This is how we make it financially viable for us to do this. And that's what that's what you're doing in chapter 4. So you may have a really cool, really fun startup idea. You read through chapter 4 and see that it is not financially viable. It's not going to make you the money that you thought it would. Or it's going to take a lot more work, time and energy to make the money that you wanted to make. That's the whole point of chapter 4. By the end of chapter 4, You either know that you have a great business model, you have a great idea, or you know that you have to go back to the drawing board and look at choosing a different business idea. Do we have other questions? Okay, Aldo said, I help clients find money for pennies to the dollar using exports with unique expertise. Usually disruptors, we use what clients don't know what they are entitled to. I don't charge clients, my partners pay me. Aldo, this is so high level and vague. I need you to be more specific. I help clients find money for pennies to the dollar using experts with unique expertise. That could apply to like 15 different businesses. Okay, you're typing. Thank you. Tax strategy, commercial loans. Got it. Got it. Okay. Okay. Invoice reduction. Okay. Tax strategy is amazing. It's like a dance. It's like a ballet. Um, Commercial loans. Okay, your partners pay you. Yeah, that's normal. Okay, so what's your question? Okay, switching to outbound customer acquisition only, marketing via partnerships. Some offerings are predictable timing and revenue. Sorry, fixing my hair. Um, okay, we're waiting for Aldo to finish typing his questions in. Okay, so Aldo, you have a service where you help businesses to connect with the right tax strategy to keep more of their money and also to get commercial loans with great terms, and you want to switch your marketing to being outbound. You have a baseline to cover your operations costs, and the rest is variable income. Using LinkedIn and relationships. Okay. Okay. Current project 17 million commercial loan and several others 95% profit. Okay, so your question is how do you like which marketing strategies would you use in order to get more clients? Oh, you're new to Molo 9. Okay. Um let's do this. Okay, let's go. All right. So here we are in Molo 9. Choose a goal to make a marketing plan. Let me set my KPIs to yours. Uh, let's say your business model is a brokerage because you're the in-between person. Your business model, the marketing strategies you can look at would be brokerage and consulting, either solopreneur or small firm. Your fascination score is going to be either prestige, power, trust, or alert. Let's go with power. The brand fascination score tells us what your communication strategy should be. And that is something that is super, super, super specific. Okay, using Break Cold as social media CRM seems cool. And yeah, let's look through this for a second. Your CAC, I'm going to say that your CAC is too high, LTV is bad, and GCR is too low. When you have those three across the board, it shows you the most marketing strategies because it tells Molo 9 that you have to fix everything. All right, I always start here and I run through this really quick. There we go. Okay, so this is everything that you would look through. Your brand guidelines, you're getting to the point on your landing page telling people, hey, we help you save money with our commercial loans and tax strategies. People try to be too generic on their landing page. Okay, so what I just opened up there, that's the Keystone strategies. With Molo 9, when you go to the marketing brain, there's one button. All of them say learn more. There's one button that says start here. That is where I start with brand new clients. It is a 3-phase that covers the basics. Once you've covered all 3 phases of the core, the initial roadmap, recommended roadmap, that's usually by the time I've gotten to phase 3 in that, we have increased the client's revenue or sales by 4x. Like they've seen it quadruple. Some have seen it double within 2 weeks. So I highly recommend starting there. One of the first things on there, it says get to the point on your landing page. A mistake that a lot of new marketers make is they try to be too vague on their landing page to include everyone, but not everyone is your customer. And the more time you spend wasting on people who are not your customer, the less time you have for people who are your customer. So for your landing page, I would say, hey, we come up, the paragraph that you gave at the beginning was so vague. I would think that you work for the KGB, Mossad, CIA, and you're some covert ops person pretending to be a consultant. That's what it looks like there. So when you told me you work on tax strategy and commercial loans, I was like, okay, he's not a KGB agent. He is a real consultant. So let's take your landing page. You do. Okay, great. You work for it. So let's pretend you want a better cover to pretend that you actually work on tax strategy and commercial loans. Your landing page would say, hey, we help your business make more money with our tax strategies and our commercial loans. Below that, you're going to put happy customer reviews. If you're a KGB agent, you're going to put fake happy customer reviews. If you're a real business, you will put real happy customer reviews there. Then you put exactly how it works, and then you tell people like how they can start working with you, or you invite them to book their first call. It says launch a temporary high-paying affiliate program. I will tell you what I do with mine. Here, look at this. Okay, this is my homepage, right, for my consulting. You scroll down, work with me. Oh, it just loaded the page. I'm sorry. Okay, so this is my page. Let's build you a powerful marketing team. I tell them exactly what they should expect if they come to work with me. And do you know what I'm selling them? I'm installing the Molo 9 system in their company. That's it. It's a huge glamorous thing. I am setting their junior marketers up with the Molo 9 software so their junior marketers know how to create a strategy and where to find guides to do the next thing. That's it. It's very simple. Come down here. Okay. These are the packages. For my affiliate program, people get a 10% referral fee. If they connect someone to my fractional CMO services, I don't have an affiliate program. I can keep track. This is selling my time. I can only sell my time to Zelotov. Stop it. Shh. I can only sell my time to 6 to 10 businesses per year. It's very easy for me to keep track of who made the introduction to that client, and I give them a 10% finder's fee. For your type of business, where you know as a commercial loan originator, you know exactly what your cut is going to be. You can tell people who make the introduction for you that you'll give them a finder's fee of whatever percentage. Then from there, go back to the roadmap. Read how to identify what people really want to buy. Fonts are a huge thing for your type of business, because people in that type of business, they're hypersensitive and hyper aware of subtle nuances that someone that's buying something at Walmart would not notice. So when people get to the point where they have a business that's so large that they can afford commercial loans, the size that you want to originate in order to get your nice fat commission, they're the types of people who read into every single tiny detail. With your fonts, I would literally just look at a luxury car, a dealership, or a luxury brand that you know your prospective clients buy from, and I would use that same font. Very simple. Next, if you don't have any customers yet, you already have customers, don't you? It's from the way that you worded everything, it appears that you already have customers. So just take 3 of them, get a happy soundbite from them, put it on your site. Your brand archetype. I'm just flying through this with you. Okay, so fonts, the first 3 rule is getting testimonials from happy customers. You need at least 3 testimonials on your website. Select and commit to one brand archetype. I already told you. I would either go with power. I would either go with power or prestige. Those are covered in the book Fascinate. Fascinate by Sally Hogshead. Your brand identification would be power or prestige, because that's specific for your target market. Yep. And then you have the authority effect down here. This explains when you click, sorry. Once you have done all of that, you have the authority effect. So you click here to learn how, and it opens up the guide for you. This explains what it is. Here are the examples, and here's how to take action. Okay. Next. If your stack of programs is your differentiator, so if you notice on phase 2, create an FAQ for your website, that's where you would answer questions to guide people towards your stack of programs that you have. You don't necessarily need to tell people. Are you familiar with funnels? You don't need to tell everyone everything you have to offer. You usually have like 2 to 3 entry things that people that you tell people about to get them to come in to be a customer. And then after that, you can tell them about all of your other offers once they're inside. Something else that would probably work really well for you. I just did this for finance people. It's what is it called? It's called you have like a resource portal, and you have in there like a bunch of guides for people that they once they become your client, they get access to this resource portal. In the resource portal, you have different guides that teach them to ask you the right questions. So for example, let's say you were like, one example that I used in the textbook I was just hired to write is um, is people that are selling life insurance. So there are a lot of different things that you need to think about when you're picking the right life insurance policy. And a really easy customer acquisition uh, guide that financial advisors can use is they create this guide that explains to people all the different variables that they should look at, all the different things they should select. And then the final step is to book the call with the financial advisor to commit to that life insurance policy that they just selected in the guide by themselves. So you could create a resource guide that explains to people in 5 simple steps. You make them feel like they're achieving something, and then they close the deal with you. So 5 simple steps, how they should structure whatever for their commercial loan, and then how they move forward to close that commercial loan with you. So you've just taken a lot of the heavy lifting from your sales process and given it to them to do on their own, and then they come to you for the final steps. But you could create a lot of different resources like that to sell your different products, and then you would put them in the resource portal, and then when someone becomes your client, they get access to that resource portal, and that's where they get, that's where they see those other guides that upsell them on the other things. All right, any other questions? We have 9 minutes left. I would not put all of your programs on the front because you don't want your competitors to just rip everything and say they have the same thing. Okay. And you know how to use Molo 9? Getting there. Okay. There are a lot of live Q&As. I'm actually, as soon as I get off the call with you guys, I'm dropping several more short how-to guides onto YouTube. If you have any specific questions, feel free to drop them into Telegram, and then I will put together those short how-to guides for you. All right. Any other questions about Molo 9 or chapter 4 of this book? Again, we looked at phase 2. You also have phase 3. It'll load in a second. There you go. Now, Al, in your specific case where you're selling financial services, the chat support chatbot, what it would do is it would turn a market qualified lead into a sales qualified lead. So people come to your website and it would help people to filter to whether or not they actually want to use your services. And then if yes, it would guide them to book a sales call with one of your sales professionals. But you would figure out exactly what they're looking for. If they're just looking for a free resource or guide, you send that to them. If they're looking for to talk to a human to originate their commercial loan or something like that, then you'd have the chat support widget set up so that it connects them to a booking page and they can talk to someone immediately. Any other questions? No. Okay, Aldo has one more question. No? Okay. There are a few of you online right now. Just a quick reminder. You can ask questions in the YouTube chat if you've been a subscriber for at least 10 minutes. Otherwise, you can ask the questions in Telegram. Most of my landing pages come from partners. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I mean, look at Molo 9. A lot of our marketing is done through AppSumo and through our affiliates. We have affiliates who drive their own traffic to Molo 9, and they sell it in the way that they think is best based on their community. So your partners with their landing pages, you know what I would do for you? I would do something like Addie Susan. Let me walk you through that again. Because your business is heavily based on trust. So, is it sharing it? No, it's not. If you literally type my name in, addiesusan.com, it'll take you to this page. This is the biggest thing. The career highlights. It tells people, look, this is who I am. This is what I've done. And then I have an email lead magnet. And then I explain to them exactly what it's like to work with me. Like, look, I understand that you might feel confused, you might feel overwhelmed. It can be a bit intimidating. This is how I help you to go from point 1 to point 3. And then here are all the testimonials. And then I have a bunch of PR that I did in order for people to get to know me. in the line of work that you and I are in, trust is everything. So having a simple landing page like that where people just get to know you on a human level, it does monumental things for your personal brand. Um, yeah, thank you. It's so I what you would want to do is you would have something where you could either feature your achievements, what you've done. If you're a commercial loan originator, there's very specific, unique knowledge that you have. Even if it's only that your ability to identify good uh, deals and to connect people with the right banks, that is still a massive value proposition to someone who's looking for a commercial loan for the first time. Um, a positioning that I've used that I found works really well is like I'm an older sister. So I've spent most of my life having to protect people that are younger than me, take care of them and teach them how to do things that I know how to do. So if you put on that older sibling hat with your own clients, the marketing that you will intuitively create will work really well with your clients because they just want to know that they can trust you to make the best decision for them. So that's all that your landing page is supposed to show them is that they can trust you to make the best decisions. All right. Let me show you this last thing. What video length do you use? Oh, it depends. It totally depends. Um, so the live Q&As are always an hour. I give you guys an hour of my time to ask any questions that you have. They're the shorts that I put on social media that are teasers. They're anywhere between 30 and 90 seconds, depending on the platform. And then for the tutorials that show people like the mini how-to guides, I try to keep them less than 15 minutes, ideally around 2 to 3 minutes. With what you're doing, I would probably look at like, you know what you could do? You could do a 5-day mini course on how to choose the right commercial loan for your business. So what you would do in that is day one, the like high level, this is what the commercial loan process is. I don't know what the commercial loan process is. I trust the finance people to focus on that and to work with that. Um, but what with the commercial loan process, I'm guessing that there's some paperwork that they need to organize on day in order to get things going. So day one, you could say this is the paperwork you need to organize. I'm guessing that they need to get bank statements in order. So on day two, you explain to them how to get all the bank statements that they need in order to get further along. And there are a lot of things that they're going to need to organize on their end for you to originate the commercial loan for them. So you could have a 5-day course that walks them through how to get all that stuff organized. And then on day 5, they work with you to finalize everything. So they're prepping their client folder for you. And then on day 5, they're going to you to to give you everything that they prepped and to sign the paperwork. And on day 2, I would probably explain to them the decision-making process that you use in order to find them the best commercial loan. So you're building trust with them like, "Hey, you're getting all of this ready, and this is what I'm getting ready on my side, and this is what I know how to do to get you more money." Does that make sense? Um, if you want to, uh, I just dropped it into the chat. I'll put it here as well. You can actually lender takes over and you manage the relationship. Okay, so you're the client relationship manager. You're the asset manager, the yeah, got it. So think about the first 5 things you ask your clients in order to match them with the right lender. That's what you would put into your 5-day course. If you don't have any core offer that the majority of people come to you for, then you can't do a course. I'll show you one lead magnet that one finance guy has that I'm friends with. Okay, Chris Alman. He calls himself the king of exit strategies. He if you click on that link, you will see his lead magnet. It is a workbook, an exit readiness questionnaire that people fill in. It's 44 questions to help them determine if their business is ready for an exit. And then if they realize they're not, they schedule time with him and he helps them to get their business ready for an exit. All right, let's see. "10 ways to add $250,000 to your business bottom line profit." Yeah, this is perfect. Cost remediation. This is amazing. This is, what's your media? Oh, okay. So under your media page, you want it to look something like this. All right, I'll put that in here. Where is, oh, contact. This is, yeah. Okay, you have everything. How we work. Okay, so what I would do with this, cost remediation. Oh, okay, I can't click on these. Okay, okay. All right, so what I would do here, oops. Oh, come on. There we go. You don't need a pop-up video. You need, these should open to different guides. So what I would do here is each of those opens to a little guide that people download. I would make it beautiful cover page, 1 to 3 page guide. Contact us at the end on the final page. That's it. So that when people click this link, they feel like they're getting something tangible. Cost remediation. Are you entitled to pay as little as possible on your expenses? We make a bet that our partners can shave 10 to 15% off your expenses at no upfront cost, and we do the renegotiation on your behalf. Okay. So I would walk them through what that looks like. tax strategies for near zero tax planning. I would give them like they click on this, they get an example of like, these are a few of the things that we can do for you. And then you have maybe a few testimonials and that's it. Keep in mind, wait. Okay. I wrote this. I wrote this exact guide. Oh, it's a complicated guide. I wrote the exact guide you need to use for this in that marketing textbook. You guys get access to 7 projects from the marketing textbook that's about to launch. You have to sign an NDA in order to get access to those because they are the intellectual property of the publisher. I'm allowed to have 40 people see any one of those projects before they come to market, but you have to sign an NDA. So I created an exact project that walks you through how to create a comprehensive guide, integrate testimonials in order, and what you would do is you would follow that exact project with each of these, and ChatGPT could actually write a lot of this for you, and you would have each of these on your how we work tab open to one of those comprehensive guides, and then it would have people book with you at the end. Keep in mind, some people are afraid to give out free information because they think, well, if I give them information, they're not going to hire me. That is not true. The types of people that want the free information, we're never going to hire you to begin with. The types of people that are going to hire you, they want to see the free information in order to make a hiring decision. But so they're going to look at that comprehensive guide, say, okay, clearly this guy knows what he's talking about, and they're going to book with you. Does that make sense? Yep, sounds good. Okay, cool. So go look through your emails. There are emails from team@molo9.com. Okay, there's emails that you got from team@molo9.com. There's one, it's called like the best gift ever or something. It explains to you, you literally leave a happy review of Molo9 anywhere online, preferably AppSumo. You send them a screenshot and they will give you access to 7 projects from the book. The book is not out yet. It's still in production phase. We're like 60% of the way through the book, so it'll be launching soon. But you can get early access to 7 projects and just make the note for them. Say, Adi said, here's the review, here's a happy review, give me access to the 7 financial projects that Adi was talking about in the live Q&A. And then they will make a note for me to do it when I'm sitting down later. Okay, we're 10 minutes over. I will be back online in 2 weeks. Again at 11 a.m. on the 18th. So I will see you guys online 11 a.m. on the 18th. You'll get a series of email reminders beforehand. Do you have any other questions? Otherwise, I'm going to jump. Good. Okay. I'll see you guys later. Take care. Bye.